Hey guys, once again you're most welcome on our channel, and in today's video we are going to show you different kind of sentences which we use in our day-to-day life. So in short, if I say, then this video is all about daily life sentences, correct? नल चालू कर दो, पंखा चालू कर दो, नल खोल दो. So these are all sentences, and just I'm also going to show you the English translation. देखो दोस्तों, होता क्या है ना, कई बार जो हम डे टू डे लाइफ में सेंटेंस यूज़ करते हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा इजी होते हैं, करेक्ट, बट एक्चुअली हम उसे जानते नहीं है कि उसे इंग्लिश में किस तरह से, एंड इवन इफ यू ट्राई टू ट्रांसलेट सच काइंड ऑफ सेंटेंसेस इन इंग्लिश वी कैंट, करेक्ट, वो हमारे लिए बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लमेटिक होता है, हम उसे ट्रांसलेट नहीं कर पाते हैं. वो हिंदी में तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा ईजी होता है, मीनिंग भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा ईजी कन्वे करता है, बट फिर भी हम उसे इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट नहीं कर पाते. उसका एक ही रीज़न है, क्योंकि देखो हर चीज़ सेम नहीं होता है, करेक्ट. यू कैन जस्ट ईच एंड एवरी टाइम ट्रांसलेट हिंदी सेंटेंसेस इनटू इंग्लिश, करेक्ट. सो उसके लिए भी क्या है ना, इंग्लिश जो कंट्री है इंग्लिश, वहाँ पे वो लोग अपने हिसाब से फ्रेजेस यूज़ करते हैं, कभी कभी इडियम स्लैंग्स, उसको मिला के वो अपने सेंटेंसेस को पूरा बनाते हैं. तो चलो आज के इस वीडियो में मैं तुम्हें बताऊंगा जो कॉमन हमारे सेंटेंसेस है, भले वो घर के हो, कॉलेज के हो, बाहर के हो, कहीं के भी जो सेंटेंसेस है, बट जो कॉमन है आज के इस वीडियो में हम वो पूरे कॉमन सेंटेंसेस अपने डे टू डे लाइफ के कवर करने वाले हैं. Okay, so the first sentence for you is nal khol do, and the English of this particular sentence would be turn on the tap, correct. You got to remember this sentence like turn on the tap, not like turn the tap, correct. It would be totally inappropriate because you might have heard most of the native speakers, they use this word like whenever they just want to say something like nal khol do, so at that time they use turn on the tap. So like, you know, here turn on, it's a phrasal verb, and these both of these words are used together, correct. Turn on, these both words are used together whenever we are referring for something like khol do ya band kar do. At that time we use this both words together, so this is a phrasal verb. This is what we call phrasal verb, and you got to remember this word turn on the tap, not only like just don't go with only like turn the tap. It would be inappropriate to say, and because like most of the native speaker they use it like, you know, combinedly, so you also got to use this combinedly, otherwise it would not appropriate. And the next word is vice versa of our first sentence, and the next word is nal band kar do. For that you just it's very simple, correct, write down in comment section if you guessed it correctly, and for that English would be turn off the tap. And now the third sentence would be चालाक मत बनो. Okay, so can you just guess it, what would be the English translation of this sentence चालाक मत बनो? It's like don't be smart. I think you must have heard lot of time, correct, when you were in your school. At that time, whenever you just did any kind of mischievous activity, so your sir or teacher, they would just simply say you like, hey, don't be smart, correct, don't be smart, otherwise I'll just beat you, correct. Okay, so it's very easy. So here for this you got to remember this sentence, don't be smart, for चालाक मत बनो. And the next sentence is नंगी पैर मत जाना, correct. It's also quite common, like whenever we are just suppose that at our home our mom told us to just buy something, and we are just going with a barefoot, correct. We are not just wearing chappal because the shop is very nearer to our house. So at that time our mom says, hey, don't go barefoot, correct, don't go barefoot. And now the next sentence is कुछ तो कला है इस बंदे के अंदर, करेक्ट. इसके अंदर कुछ तो कला है, कुछ तो टैलेंट है. And for this you got to remember you have some art in you, correct, kala. So for kala we use art, you have some art in you. Now the next most common sentence is chalo chodo, and for this you got to remember this sentence like let it be, correct. Let it be, chalo chodo yaar, जाने दो, क्यों मार झगड़ा कर रहे हो, correct. Like whenever there is a fighting, so at that time we mostly say, correct, चलो छोड़ो यार, जाने दो भी, क्या थोड़ी थोड़ी बात के लिए तुम भी मार झगड़ा करते हो. So it's like चलो छोड़ो, that means let it be, correct. चलो छोड़ो, जाने दो, that means let it be. Next sentence is छी, and for this we say how disgusting, correct. Whenever you want to say something like whenever there is an unpleasant smell or unpleasant, whenever you see any unpleasant person, at that time what you say, छी कितना बेकार आदमी है, and also like छी कितनी बेकार बदबू आ रही है. So how disgusting the smell is, or like how disgusting that person is, correct. You use how disgusting, correct. In Hindi it's a छी, and in English it's a how disgusting. Now the next sentence is कोई बात नहीं, correct. कोई बात नहीं यार. For example, let's say you are in your college and suppose your friend just didn't bring the book which you just gave him yesterday. So for at that time what you say, अरे कोई बात नहीं यार, बुक नहीं लाया तो चलेगा, it doesn't matter, correct. For this you just say it doesn't matter, कोई बात नहीं, it doesn't matter. And now the next sentence is पंखा बंद कर दो, correct. It's a sentence which we use at our home, पंखा बंद कर दो. And I just say give you how to translate such kind of sentences in English. on very first only. So like नल खोल दो, turn on the tap. It's same like for पंखा बंद कर दो, like turn off the fan. What? Turn off the fan. And for like पंखा चालू कर दो, for पंखा चालू कर दो, it's a turn on the fan. Correct? What? Turn on the fan. Okay, so now the next technical question is phone आ रहा है, and for this you got to remember this sentence like the phone is ringing. Correct? What you got to remember? The phone is ringing, and the Hindi translation, correct? The Hindi translation of this particular sentence like the phone is ringing would be something like phone बज रहा है. Correct? Phone बज रहा है, and here we also use this phone आ रहा है, or let's say phone बज रहा है. We use both of these sentences when we want to say someone that phone is ringing. So for English you got to remember this sentence only, the phone is ringing. And now the another sentence is phone काट दो. What? Phone काट दो. For this you got to remember this, hang up the call. Correct? Hang up the phone, or you could also say hang up the call. It's both are the same. The person whom you are just trying to convey your message could, your this sentence could easily be understood by anyone. Correct? It's a very simple, like hang up the phone or like hang up the call. It's okay. And now the next is phone उठाओ. Correct? Phone उठाओ, phone उठा लो, the Hindi sentence, and the English would be pick up the call or receive the call. What would be the English of this sentence? Pick up the call. Correct? phone को उठाओ, that means pick up the call or receive the call. Now the next sentence is तुम्हारी आवाज़ फंस के आ रही है, and we use this sentence whenever we are on the phone talking to someone, and if that person's voice is not coming to us clearly, like that person's voice is breaking, at that time we use this sentence like अरे यार थोड़ा अच्छे से बोलो, थोड़े अच्छे नेटवर्क वाले एरिया में जाओ where I can get your voice properly. Correct? जहाँ पे तुम्हारी आवाज़ फंस के नहीं आए. So for this sentence, the translation of this sentence in English would be your voice is breaking. Correct? What we could use? Your voice is breaking. I am not getting your voice clearly. Your voice is breaking. So here this is very common. Correct? It is mostly used whenever actually we are on the phone and we face such kind of issue. So at that time we say your voice is breaking. You could also say your voice is fluctuating, but this is not used very, like, you know, commonly. So you just got to remember this sentence, your voice is breaking. And next sentence is क्या तुम्हें सुनाई दे रहा है, and the English is can you hear me. So you just got to remember this sentence, can you hear me. From now on, whenever you want to say someone like क्या तुम्हें सुनाई दे रहा है, can you hear me, not just like can you listen me. Just don't do this mistake, because this is the mistake which is oftenly done by the most of English speaker. So just try to avoid this mistake. Not can you listen me, it's like can you hear me. Hear me something which we just when it goes in our ear without any kind of attention given by our side. But listen means something when we just listen to, like whenever we are just like, you know, there is a voice and it is coming in our ear and we are just paying attention, like full attention to that particular voice. Suppose when it comes to listening a music, what at that time what we say, I am listening music. Correct? मैं गाना सुन रहा हूँ, I am listening music, and my actually intention is to listen music. Correct? I am just totally dedicated to listen that particular music which I am right now listening. So this is just like that, listen and hear. And if you say I am hearing music, it's a totally incorrect, because you listen music. Correct? You listen music, and whenever you listen music, your mind is totally is focused on that music. So it's like whenever you are totally focusing and listening to something, or like hearing something, so at that time you got to use this word listen. And here is something which we use when we are when you are totally intention is not to just get that voice, but still you are getting it. Correct? Still it is just coming in your ear, so at that time you use here. So can you hear my voice, it's like a very general, can you hear my voice. And now the next sentence is जाकर सो जाओ. What is the next sentence? जाकर सो जाओ. The English of this is go and sleep. Correct? Go and sleep. The next sentence is जाके नहा लो. Correct? जाके नहा लो. Go and bath. Correct? Go and bath, or like it's also go and get shower. Correct? Go and get shower, or also like go and get bath. Now the next sentence is अंधेरा हो जाएगा. Correct? अंधेरा हो जाएगा. Go early at your home, otherwise it would be dark. Otherwise it would be dark. अंधेरा हो जाएगा. It would be dark or it will be dark. So अंधेरा refer to something. अंधेरा हो रहा है. It's also like it's got dark. It's got dark for अंधेरा हो रहा है. And now the next sentence is उसे गाली मत दो. Don't abuse him. Correct? You got to remember this sentence. Don't abuse him. Correct? Abusive word is something गंदी बातें, गंदे शब्द. So for that we say abusive word, correct. So for gali it's like don't abuse him. And there is also one another sentence which is not quite common in India. If I talk about in like Indian culture, so it's not very common, correct. Most of the Indian English learner they don't use, but it's like don't cuss him, correct. CUSS, don't cuss him. It's a American or England sentence, and in America or England this is most oftenly used, but in India I don't think it's very often used. And the next sentence is dil pe mat lo. The English would be something like don't take it too hard, correct. Don't take it too hard. And also there is a don't mind it. It's very simple, don't mind it, but it just doesn't give a very proper idea about what you are trying to say or what you are feeling, what you are like conveying your message. So it's like don't take it too hard. It's like very deep sentence, correct. Whenever you are just saying to anyone this particular sentence, the above one sentence, don't take it too hard, so it's very deep, and the person may get your like the person just knows that yeah, you are just your feeling is totally extensive, and that is why you are saying this, don't take it too hard. So don't mind it, it's very common, but still it is used by most of the English Indian speakers. And now the next sentence is kapde pahan lo. What? Kapde pahan lo, get dressed, correct. For this it's like get dressed or put on your clothes. It's also very common to use put on your clothes or like get dressed. Both are okay. You can use both of these if you want to. Now the next one is joote utar do, and you got to remember take off your shoes, correct. Take off your shoes. It's just like previous one which was kapde utar do. For that it was like take off your clothes, correct. What it was there, take off your clothes, and it's the same like take off your shoes. Now the next one is जूते पहन लो. It's also just like a previous one, like when which was something, this previous sentence was like कपड़े पहन लो. For that it was like put on your clothes, correct. कपड़े पहन लो, put on your clothes. And for like जूते पहन लो, it's like put on your shoes. What? Put on your shoes. You got to remember this. It's very easy, correct. Just at least you try to use these sentences in your day-to-day life, so it would be really very easy to you. I think you might think that it's very difficult, or it's a kind of with a phrasal verb it seems very difficult, but no, it's not like that. It's very easy. So just try to use this in your day-to-day life sentences, then it would be easy for you. Now the next one is rotiyan sek lo. What? Rotiyan sek lo, that means bake the chapatis. Bake the chapatis. And the next is aata gund lo, correct. Aata gund lo, this means knead the dough. What? Knead the dough, KNED, it's a knead. And after that knead the flour, or you could also say dough, which means what there is like loop of wheat, it's also dough. So knead the flour, you could say. Now the next one is rotiya bel do. What? Roll the chapatis. Rotiya bel do. And for like belna, that means like roll, correct. We just roll it, so it's like roll the chapatis. And the next one is मुझसे पंगे मत लो, correct. मुझसे पंगे मत लो, भाई मुझसे पंगे मत ले. So for this you got to remember this, don't mess with me. What? Don't mess with me, correct. It's very easy, don't mess with me, मुझसे पंगे मत लो. Next one is जिद मत करो. It's like don't be stubborn, correct. Don't be stubborn. So this is like stubborn means what? Stubborn means someone who is very stubborn, correct. बहुत ज़्यादा जो जिद्दी होता है उसके लिए हम क्या यूज़ करते हैं? Stubborn. So it's like जिद मत करो, don't be stubborn, जिद्दी मत बनो. And the next sentence is बकवास मत करो, don't talk nonsense. And the next you could also say don't talk stupid, don't talk weird, don't talk strange, whatever. These all are okay. So the mainly which is used is like don't talk nonsense, correct. It is commonly used, most oftenly used by the native speakers as well as any English speaker. So it's most commonly used. And the next one is वो मुझे आंख मार रहा है, correct. वो मुझे आंख मार रहा है. He is winking eyes at me, correct. What would be the English of this? He is winking eyes at me. And now the next sentence is तुमने मुझ पर एहसान किया है. So the English of this is you have done a favor on me, correct. You have done a favor on me. So you just remember all of these sentences. It's very easy, correct. ओके गाइस, तो आज की इस वीडियो के लिए बस इतना ही, क्योंकि अगर मैं और भी ज़्यादा सेंटेंसेस लेके तुम्हें इस वीडियो के अंदर बताऊंगा तो ये बहुत बड़ा वीडियो हो जाएगा और तुम्हें भी मज़ा नहीं आएगा, करेक्ट. इट वुड बी टोटली लेंथी. तो मैं नहीं चाहता हूँ कि मैं इस वीडियो को और ज़्यादा बड़ा करूँ. बट अगर तुम्हें और भी सेंटेंसेस चाहिए डे टू डे लाइफ सेंटेंसेस के, तो प्लीज़ कमेंट सेक्शन में मुझे लिख के बताना कि तुम्हें और भी सेंटेंसेस चाहिए. तो मैं इसका पार्ट 2 का भी वीडियो लेके आने वाला हूँ. और वो पार्ट 2 का वीडियो मैं कैसे लेके आऊँगा, वो तुम्हारे कमेंट पर वो डिमांडेड वीडियो रहेगा, करेक्ट. अगर तुम डिमांड करोगे तो ऑफकोर्स वो वीडियो भी मैं बनाऊँगा. ओके, तो आज के वीडियो के लिए बस इतना ही. और अगर ये वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो प्लीज़ वीडियो को लाइक करिए और शेयर भी कीजिए. ओके, सो फॉर टुडे दैट वाज इट.